I think all music is in good health.
And what do you think of the tendencies of the last 10 years, for instance,
well,
in jazz?
You see, what has happened with the jazz, I think, is that the music that we're all involved in here on the North American continent is that it has outgrown the word. You have, for instance, any good conservatory will graduate a class, and you'll find that one-fourth of them will go into teaching music, another will go into playing in the studios, movies, radio, television, another fourth will go to the symphonies, and another fourth will go to jazz, the so-called jazz.
Yeah. Well, that's the so-called. Do you call it so-called?
Well, I say so-called because everybody, all of these people have the same training. They all have the same background.
Do you think they're getting away from basic jazz?
Well, I don't know how far you can go with basic jazz. There are too many. I think it's now separated into personalities. I don't think there is such a thing as a category in
Could you
jazz.
Describe jazz? Could you define jazz?
Oh, I used to be able to describe jazz.
Define it.
I don't know. I mean, I used to. I don't know. The way it is now, well, it's never been so that you can really categorize it. Even in 1927, I was just now, Louis Armstrong was jazz, and Guy Lombardo was jazz. And in the 30s, you had the Dorseys, they were jazz, and Benny Goodman was jazz. And Hamp was jazz, Lionel Hampton was jazz. In the 40s, you have Kenton, he's jazz. And you got Basie, and then you got Maynard Ferguson, and you got all these people. Now, these same sounds can't come under the same category.
No, and today,
as I would say,
is jazz?
when you figure the scope of all these things, and now you've got these Coltranes and all these other people, then you've got the second stream, the third stream, the fourth stream. Now, this many birds can't come out of the same egg. They just can't.
No, but it's either good or else it's not good.
Well, no, that's music. That's not jazz. No, music, I say, has two categories, and that's one is good, if it sounds good. If it sounds good, it's good music. And if it doesn't, I mean, there's no other category for it.
And jazz is jazz if it what?
Well, jazz, it doesn't mean anything. I think it's personalities. You say, well, you hear somebody get up and play a trumpet, or you say, well, gee, that's good Louis Armstrong. Or you hear somebody play a trumpet and say, that's good Dizzy Gillespie. Or you hear somebody play something on a soprano, and if they play close enough, they might come somewhere near Bachet, but not quite, I don't think. You know, but this is one of the individuals.
So it's the artist.
That's it. It's the individual. Yes.
Who makes the jazz.
It's much beyond categories, I'm sure.
And one last thing, what would you like to say to our cher public montréalais in your good French?
In my good French, oh, I would tell them, je vous aime à la folie. Follement.
Merci beaucoup et à bientôt et pour my people.
Merci.